I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. It didn't took me like 5 minutes to press this damn record button. I was thinking about how I should start this video and man, bro, you guessed it. It's the title of the video, bro. I got anxiety, bro. It's bro. A lot of us got it, bro. It is what it is. I don't know why I be so nervous to talk about a lot of this, bro, because I don't talk about it. Yeah, that's all it is. Yeah, I definitely deal with anxiety. While I haven't been like professionally diagnosed, it's there, bro. It's a lot of those habits that I have ever since I was a kid, you know. Like I just be so nervous to meet new people. I'll be like, my heart will just be beating, like just to even in class to give a whole new presentation or going into the next school year, and like just worrying about like, oh, am I gonna see my homies? Am I gonna be on my own? Am I gonna just asking myself all these different questions that ain't really that deep, if you get what I'm saying? So, you know, I say all of this. I know that was a little bit all over the place, but that's just a little bit of what anxiety could be, you know? Like one of my biggest moments that I always recall back to, I remember when I was learning how to drive, learning how to do maneuverability, you know, when you drive through the cones and whatnot. I remember I was doing okay, but it was like, it was an area where more and more people just kept coming, and it was pause. And I was like, oh man, I started freezing up. I ain't gonna lie, I froze, bro. That shit was too much for your boy to handle, and I folded. And I was like, man. And then my girl at the time, well, I ain't gonna say at the time we still together, but she's my fiance now. You know, clap it up, thank you. She was like, you know, you might have anxiety. You know, you froze up, you get extremely nervous and some things that you really don't need to be nervous on. And then it made me think back to like all the different times. I'm like, maybe I do, bro. That's what happens when you just don't pay attention to it. You just be like, it is what it is, and you just keep it pushing. That's how it keeps us going in life. it's sad, but it really is what it is. So that's why, like in the last video, you know, I touched on me overthinking a little bit too much, and a lot of that overthinking stems from me being anxious. And I just like to say, although it has been 30 days, it wasn't a year. So, hey, we here with it. We back with it. You know, you feel me? Yeah, like me overthinking, you know, it stems from a lot of the anxiety. And essentially what anxiety is just the fear of not knowing. Never know what's gonna happen next. I'll be honest, it's one of those things where, you know, I've come to terms where you never truly get past it, if that makes sense. Like it never goes away, but you learn to live with it more so. Over the years, you know, ever since I learned that, you know, it's a very big chance that I do have anxiety. I've still never went to go get diagnosed for it, but I was like, that's one of those things where it's just like, it's something that I need to learn to get past regardless, you know, whether I have it or not. You know, it's not a very good habit that I have. It took a lot to get where I'm at, you know, to be able to just go out and go do things without necessarily thinking too much. You know, when you learn to live with it, you know, you got to figure out, you got to come to terms that, okay, this is what it is. And then you start to be like, okay, well, why do I act the way that I do in certain situations? And you start to break down why you do what you do, you know, and then you start to create little solutions, and you want to do this one step at a time. You don't want to take off a big chunk at a time, because if you bite off more than you could chew, then you're probably not going to continue to move forward with life. You know, you're probably going to get burnt out, and you're probably just going to say fuck it and push it off to whenever you decide to go do it again. You know, and I pride myself on to where I'm at. You know, I feel like I'm still not the best that I could be, but I've definitely got a hell of a lot better. You know, the best way for me to describe it is through my examples. You know, everybody has different forms of anxiety and whatnot, and different levels to it, you know, and thank God I'm not to the level where people will pass out and shit. You know, that shit, it can get really serious, you know. So that's why I wanted to come on here and, like I said, speak on it and let you know that you're not alone. Maybe somebody else going through the same thing, or, you know, etc. And one thing that you know, I've come to learn about just the whole mental health aspect, you have to keep hammering down on these different things that you want, and it goes almost with anything in life, not even just mental health. You know, it's like you gotta keep hammering. Like, just because you don't get it right then and there, or you hear it, it doesn't mean that you're going to get it right then and there. You know what I'm saying? You hear these different sayings, like you might hear all these different sayings, and you'll be like, ah, man, you know, I done heard that shit old. But in reality, it's a reason why these type of sayings have been around for all these years, because, you know, it's proven though to be true a lot of times, but everybody's different. There's no timetable for you to understand something. Sometimes it takes one little event for you to be able to see that. You know, sometimes it just takes a little bit longer than others. Some people don't get it till, you know, towards the ass end of their life. You know, I'll be damned if I stop trying, you know, right here. You know, I don't want to give up, because I know it's a frustrating journey, but it does get a lot easier as you continue to hammer that nail. And it helps if you have somebody there on your side. I ain't gonna lie. So, you know, I'm very blessed. I'm very appreciative of my family, my friends, you know, that have my side, because not everybody has that. And I guess one of the reasons why I want to do this is because not everybody may have that. And hopefully I can provide some type of sense of that. If not, then I'll keep trying. You know, somebody could use it out there. I'm sure. But yeah, moral of the story is just keep going. Keep trying. Don't ever give up. You know, that's the best way I feel like to get past, you know, anxiety, whatever aspect of, you know, your life that you're dealing with. You know, that's to get on a hump and, you know, learn to accept it, learn to live with it. And when you can do that, it makes your life a lot better. But hey, that's gonna do it for today's video, man. Like I said, I'm gonna keep doing these mental logs, doing these different journeys, just talk about different topics. So go ahead and sub up if you want to continue to see that. But hey, I'm gonna catch y'all boys in the next one. Peace.